Hello everyone and welcome back. If you are new here then hello, my name is Zoe and this is my YouTube channel. Today we are reviewing a really exciting brand new product and I cannot wait to try it. Today we are going to be reviewing the brand new KVD Beauty Good Apple Concealer. I'm so excited to try it. You've seen a few videos back I did review the Good Apple foundation when it first came out and I absolutely loved it. And I'm really excited now that they've got a concealer to go with it. I haven't heard too much about the concealer, so I'm going in blind a little bit today. I did do a masterclass with them last night, so I did learn a little bit more about it, but I've not really seen many reviews just yet. What I'm going to do today is my whole base routine, and I'm going to do a wear test. I'm going to show you what it looks like in natural lighting, and then I'll show you later like what it looks like after it's been on for quite a while, and we'll just see how we get on with it. It's supposed to be lightweight and full coverage. There's also 32 shades and it's supposed to be suitable for all skin types as well, so it sounds like it's going to be a good all-rounder. We will see how we get on with it today. I really like the packaging. It's like a mini pipette bottle really, but the pipette is just like the handle at the top. I like that you can see the shade as well, and then when you open it, the doe foot applicator on this I've never seen on anything else. I'll try and do a little close-up of it and insert it here, but I feel like that's going to be really precise. I'll do more of like a medium to full coverage just so we can see like how long it lasts and how it builds and stuff, and if it is a good full coverage. I've got two different shades to try out. I've got light 107 and light 105. I will swatch them both for you now so you can see. Okay, so I've swatched these absolutely terribly, I'm so sorry. This one at the bottom is light 07 and this one at the top is light 05. This one's a little bit more pinkish undertone and this one's a little bit more yellowy, so I'm going to probably use this one first to like correct my dark circles, and then this we'll use as more of like a brightener and to highlight. I'm just going to start with a bit of moisturiser. I'm just going to use the Banana Bright Face Primer from Ole Henriksen. I have got a little bit of psoriasis at the moment. I've got a bit of a flare up on my neck and I can feel patches starting to arrive on my face, which is usually what happens when I have a flare up. So we'll see how we can cover them and just make my skin look and feel a little bit more flawless. I just love the way that this looks on the skin. It really does just make your skin look a little bit more brighter, which is what I need today. So for foundation, I was going to use the Good Apple foundation, but I don't have it in my shade at the moment. I'm quite light. So I'm just going to use my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. I'm hoping that this matches. I feel like I'm so light at the moment, I don't actually have a foundation light enough at the minute because I usually do like to tan a little bit. I'm going to use my beauty blender for everything today because that is what I would usually use if I was doing my makeup, so I don't want to change how I apply anything. I want to see how it works in my usual routine, if you get what I mean. I did do a masterclass last night with KVD Beauty and the makeup artist used a brush for everything, but I always use a sponge, so that's what I'm going to do today. Already done my eye makeup, so if you want to know anything that I've used then please let me know and I will say down in the comments, and all my base products I'll put in the description as well just so you know that they're there. So I'm going to use light 07 just under my eyes just to correct, and then I'm going to use the other one to do like my full highlight and contour routine. And I also like as well, when you take it off you can just wipe off the excess in the top if you don't want too much without it getting messy, because sometimes, especially when your concealer's quite new, there's quite a lot in there, you do get quite a lot out. You don't always need that much, so you can just wipe off any excess into the lid and it just goes straight down. I'm just going to go straight in with the applicator and I'm just going to use this just to cover up a little bit underneath. And I am going to press that in with my beauty blender. One thing from the masterclass that I heard last night is that it does set quite quickly, so if you're doing like multiple areas then it's best to do one area then the other area, which already now I'm blending this out I can see and I can feel that it is already drying really quickly. So yeah, maybe I should have just done one eye and then the other eye, but I can do that when I use the other shade in a minute. Okay, so that has brightened my under eye. I could probably just use that shade on its own, to be honest. And it has covered my dark circles and brightened it. It might actually be slightly too light for me to completely colour correct. The coverage is full coverage, so you don't really need too much. I quite like the finish, but it does definitely set very quickly. So let's try light number 5, and then I'm just going to add a little bit more. I'm going to have to do one eye at a time, I think. Maybe that's just one downside to it, because it does dry so quick. You have to do one eye, then blend it out, do another area. Wow, that is very, very full coverage. Maybe I didn't need as much as I put on. Yeah, if you've got to do one eye, then blend, and then do the other eye, and then blend, and then do other areas, and then blend. Sometimes that's a little bit of effort, I think, whereas if you can just put it all on and then blend it all out, I feel like that would have been a bit quicker. That has made my under eye very, very full coverage. A little bit there, and then a little bit to sharpen, and then blend straight away. It doesn't dry down completely matte, even though it dries very quickly, so I don't think that this is going to be drying on my under eye, like the longer that I wear it. I think it just sets quite quickly, like in general. I don't think it sets like super matte, because it still feels like quite tacky, but I can see that it's set. Okay, so I'm just going to do a tiny bit on the chin, a tiny bit on the nose, and I know I'm doing more than one area, but I feel like if I just go really quick now that I will be able to blend it out. I only want a small amount. Small amount goes a really long way with this concealer, which is very good, because I think sometimes I can just apply a bit too much concealer. And just a little bit in the centre here. I always get quite a lot of redness just in the centre of my brow. I don't know why. So I always like to just apply a little bit of highlighter. Okay, first impressions. One, it's like so easy to use. I like that you can scrape off the excess so you don't apply too much, because a little bit does go a long way. And I do like the applicator. I've never seen an applicator like that for concealer, and I really like it. It's really precise. It also sets very quickly, so that's probably my one downside, is that you do have to work really quick with it. I don't know whether it's doing that on me because I've got super dry skin, so maybe if you're a bit more oily, you might have a little bit more time to blend it out. But even though it has set really quickly, it hasn't set like super matte and drying. It still feels like a little bit tacky. Yeah, so first impressions are very good. I'm going to finish my base. I'm just going to leave that there while I do all the creams and see like how it sits while I do the rest. I'm going to use the KVD Beauty. This is the Modcon, is it the liquid contour? I'm using the shade Light Warm. I absolutely love this, and it blends so easy into the skin as well. Since I have used a few of the KVD Beauty products, I have just realised that how easy they all are to use. I always used to think that KVD Beauty was more for like makeup artists, but the more products that I've used from them, the more I realise that they are really consumer friendly. Like, they're just so easy to use, like you don't have to know like how to do makeup. It's all so like simple. Like, these just melt straight into the skin. Like, anybody could use this and be able to do their contour and bronzer. Let's see how that just melts straight into the skin. Okay, I'm also going to use a little bit of this liquid gel blush, and this one is Duality. This is also from KVD Beauty. Again, these are amazing, especially for summer as well, when you don't want to wear like too much makeup. Like, how glossy they are, they're absolutely insane. And I'm just going to use that same contour brush and pick up a little bit. They look super pigmented when you first like squeeze them out of the tube, but they do actually just give a sheer like wash of colour to the skin, which I really like, because I'm not a super like blush person. I don't like too much blush. I'd rather be like bronzed. Okay, then I'm just going to take the foundation side and just press all this in to the skin before we set it. Even though the concealer was sitting there for a while, hasn't really settled on any lines, which I'm quite surprised at because it does dry so quick. I thought it might just settle straight into my under eye creases, but actually it hasn't, which is a bonus. So I'm going to set this now just like I usually would. I'm going to use my Laura Mercier powder because this is what I usually use, or I use the RCMA no colour powder. And then I'm only going to set the centre like I usually would. So I don't take too much powder, I just take enough to take the tackiness away really. I could, next time I try, see if this could last without setting, but I don't know if any concealer would do that. And it does look absolutely flawless once you've put your powder on. Wow. A little bit on the chin. I'm really excited by this. A little bit around the nose. And then you can see we've still got a little bit of glow left just on the tops of the cheeks, which is nice because I just think that adds a little bit of like life back into the skin. I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to use the Urban Decay. This is the Beached bronzer. I'm really excited to see how this does last throughout the day because my only concern is because of how fast it sets, I hope it doesn't like get more dry throughout the day. It's supposed to stay like quite hydrating but like stay put throughout the day, so we can see if that is true or not. Okay then, to just finish off the base, I'm going to use a little bit of Luminoso because I don't think I'm going to do any highlighter today, but this just adds a little bit of highlight without actually wearing highlight because it's more of like a baked blush. Then last but not least is lips, and I picked out Bow and Arrow as well from KVD, so I'm just going to line my lips. Okay, so this is the finished base. I absolutely love it. I will do a wear test and I'll also insert here what it looks like in natural daylight as well, because I think that can make like such a big difference, because these kind of cameras and lights can make your skin look a little bit more flawless than it does in natural daylight. So I will show like from my phone, I'll take a selfie or a selfie video and leave it here so you can see. I've got really good first impressions of this. The coverage is amazing. I like that you can take off any excess because a little bit goes a really long way, so you don't need to use too much. I like the packaging and everything like that. The applicator is really easy and makes it really precise to use. My only one downside is that it does dry really quickly, so you do have to kind of do one area and then do the other, which I think is a little bit of a faff. I would prefer to just get all the product down and then start to blend, but it's not the end of the world. It still doesn't take as long to blend out, so that doesn't matter too much, I suppose. And I don't know whether it dried on me quickly because I do have more dry skin, so if you are more oily and you've got this, then please like let us know down in the comments how quick it dried on you when you were blending it out, because it dried super quick on me. I'm gonna do my wear test now, so this will be on my face for as long as possible. When I come back to you, it'll probably be more of like a vlog style instead of in my studio because I won't be here, I don't think. So I'll do like more of a vlog style, like coming back later before I take my makeup off. But so far so good. It gives a really good flawless full coverage finish. It's the full coverage without feeling or looking too heavy as well, which is amazing because I hate concealers which are really heavy on the skin. Like, I like that it's full coverage, flawless, but it is lightweight, so that is a very big bonus too. So yeah, I'll be back in a few hours. For you it'll be less than a second because I'm literally going to be right back. But yeah, I will see you later on. Hey guys, I'm just filming this last little bit on my phone. I hope this goes okay because I never film on my phone ever. The lighting is terrible because it's gone dark outside now, so I've just got a little ring light on. But I've had my makeup on all day today. My lashes and my lips are already off. They've gone. I'm ready to take this makeup off now. I'm really happy with how it's all lasted throughout the day. I've only got a little bit shiny just on those two areas and then my chin, and that's it really, but that's also quite common. For me, that's not unusual. I always get a little bit shiny just down the centre. It hasn't dried out like I thought it might because it did set so quickly. It's lasted really well, and I'm really happy with how it's lasted. I thought it might get quite dry throughout the day, but it hasn't at all. It hasn't dried out any more than when I've set it earlier. I think it all still looks really nice and flawless, which is amazing, and it hasn't budged all day. It literally looks like the same as how I applied it this morning, so that's a bonus. It hasn't settled in any pores or any lines either, which is amazing. Only one downside to it is that it does set quick, so you do have to work quickly with it, but other than that I absolutely love it. It's lightweight, it's full coverage, it's comfortable, and it looks really flawless on, and it's lasted me all day, which is amazing. So I will carry on using it and let you know how I get on. You'll probably see me using it all the time now in tutorials as well, but yeah, I'm so happy with it, and I absolutely love how it's lasted throughout the day. So I really hope you loved today's video. Let me know if you've tried this down in the comments as well, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week in my next one. Bye.